And now we move on and take a look at the trending topics we've got on X this morning. Right at the top of that is #gazebo.
Right, so gazebo is around Naledi Chira of the EFF and these gazebos. So where the gazebo comes in is Naledi was sanctioned by the EFF to write a public apology, and in there to also purchase 2 gazebos. So this was about her not pitching for the budget speech,
in Parliament,
without informing the chief whip of the EFF in Parliament. So that was the sanction for her non-attendance. Naledi then in her apology outlines that her daughter was ill and this is why she couldn't make it, but then goes on to acknowledge that she did not inform the relevant person, and this was the sanction, which of course had everybody on X, opining one way or the other, some coming out, to defend her, saying, why is the EFF treating her like this?
But it would happen in any place of employment. If you don't appear where you need it at a certain time, you would have to let the relevant person know.
Yeah, but people read it, some people, as, well, she's being punished for being a mother. Her baby was ill, so why is the EFF acting so harshly? But as you say, some saw it as, this is consequence management. If someone didn't do what they're supposed to do as per the prescripts in the workplace, then they should be sanctioned. But the gazebo cost 5,000 Rand each. And people were saying, hi, never. You can get a gazebo for just over 1,000 Rand. But, the EFF branded gazebos cost 5,000.
Indeed, and that's right at the top of the list there in terms of the trending topics this morning. The next one on the list is #Mbalula. This, of course, the SG. Mbalula trending for a number of reasons, SK.
Indeed, among them, of course, the latest exodus, let me not call it an exodus, that's an exaggeration, the resignation that has taken place in the ANC, and of course also around the list processes. Mbalula, obviously, as the Secretary General, the one who would come out making most of these announcements, and basically also announced that 50% of the parliamentarians will be coming back to Parliament in the next Parliament, so the next administration. So there's a lot of why Mbalula is trending, a lot of things said about him, about what's going on in the ANC, so all of that.
All right, and the next item on the list is Michelle Obama. Obviously, a lot of talk around she possibly going to be running for president of the USA. Her office officially coming out and saying that's not going to happen.
Yeah, they've shut down that one, closing the door on this, and Michelle Obama will not be running. She's not coming back, so this is where that one is. Let's put that one to rest. But just incidentally, Donald Trump doing well there on Super Tuesday, so it seems like it's going to be a rerun between Trump and Biden. But of course, he still has a few seats that he needs to secure in some of these primaries. A few delegates still needed, but yeah.
And the last one we've got this morning, this one literally pulls at my heartstrings. A colleague of mine at SABC Sport, Dr. Mnandi, Spiwe Mkonza, passing away yesterday. News coming through in the early hours of yesterday morning, and it's heartbreaking. It is. Spiwe, one of the most talented analysts I've ever worked with, absolutely amazing. And one thing that you and Spiwe have in common, SK, you will defend Kaizer Chiefs until. This man loved Amakosi.
He was a Kosi through and through.
Through and through. Despite the fact that he played for so many teams in South Africa, but that's Dr. Mnandi. He used to say, Shugela,
yeah, he was just that guy, and condolences to the family and everyone who loved Spiwe, because it was just a hard one yesterday. I remember I was so shocked when I heard the news, but yeah. May his soul rest in peace.
Yes, and then as SK said, our condolences to all his friends and family as well as colleagues. May his soul rest in peace.
So those are our trending topics for this morning.